Hey everyone, so I actually kind of have a funny little story I thought I'd tell before I hop into this video. So I was just upstairs earlier eating some lunch, and then I was washing. After I got done, I rinsed my plate off before I went to put it in the dishwasher, and like a good person, I'm putting my stuff away, and so I was rinsing my plate off with the normal faucet, you know, and I go to grab the sprayer. You guys probably know where this is going. I go to grab the sprayer to like wash my plate with a little bit harder of like a spray, so it kind of gets it off the. I was having the sauce part off of it, and when I went to grab the sprayer, the water was running, and I grabbed it, but I accidentally pressed the sprayer part, so I sprayed my whole self, and now this arm is like wet, and it's like freezing in here, and I can like feel the like dampness on my, oh, it's so annoying. I don't know why I told you that, but I thought it was kind of a funny story. It might have made me laugh. Today's video is going to be all about my favorite kind of like drugstore brushes. So to be honest with you guys, I don't own like any high-end brushes. I have a few from Arbonne, which is a little bit more expensive, but those were handed down from my mom. I thought I would share with you a few of my favorites that I have from a couple brands that I think would be good for you, and also I have a few like beauty blenders or beauty sponges that I think you guys would like too. So let's hop right in and get started. First brand I want to mention, which you guys probably all know, is e.l.f. I'm sure you've all heard. e.l.f.'s brushes are actually very good. I have the more, where it's the black, there's the white, like the Bare Essentials, or I don't know what it's called, but it's like the Essentials line, and that's like white, and those are like $1 or $2, and then I have the ones that, they actually came out with newer ones that are kind of like silver, but they're getting more expensive. They're like $10. They're good price, but they're also like really good quality. Like, I've washed these brushes and they last. So this is like, see, the newer ones don't have the names on it, but this is like the foundation brush. This brush is great. It's rounded. This is the only foundation brush I use if I use a brush. Usually I don't use a brush for foundation, but if I do, it's this. This is the powder brush, and it's like the flat, sorry, my phone's going off. It's the flat top, and it's so soft, like so soft. Fabulous. Oh, I never set my face with setting spray. Another thing, I don't know the name of this because there's no name on it, but it's really skinny contour brush, so it's literally like if you need a sharp contour, you got this. I don't use this that often because I don't contour that often, but I feel like it's a very great brush, especially like even if you wanted to contour your nose a little bit, it's like perfect for that. So I think this is a great brush to use. Definitely, I love this brush. Another one is the e.l.f. blending brush. So this one I believe is more expensive. Maybe not, maybe it was $6. I don't know. They got the kabuki one. I don't have the kabuki one. I kind of want to get it though. I don't know. But this is just a little bit, this is a really short one, and it's really soft, like really soft. And this one's more for blending. I don't know what they mean by blending. I probably could look it up, but this is more for like, I would use this one more for when I contour, because I don't like a sharp contour. Or you can blend out your contour with this. This is it's great brush. It's really soft, and I like this one. This e.l.f. highlighting brush, so this came in a kit, so I think you can get this separately. It may not be the exact same one, but the one that you got in like a holiday kit with like a highlighter works really well for highlighter. I don't usually use this one just because I like a little bit smaller of a brush for highlighter. The highlighter brush I usually use is by Arbonne, and it's like this, so it's a little bit smaller, but it's still a really great highlighting brush, and I think it does pretty much the same thing, so I really like that one. This Flawless Concealer brush by e.l.f. is just, I don't usually normally use this for concealer unless I have like a really small spot that I want to do. Otherwise, I like to do this for eyeshadow. It's a little bit, it's fluffy, but it's like also dense. It's not like really fluffy. I use this for like if I want to put like a cream shade all over my lid and like through the, like all over, just to kind of set a base down. I like this. Sometimes I'll use this to blend it all out. I feel like it's a little bit too dense for all that blending, and I don't usually use it in the crease, but this one is great for just if you want to kind of put it all over, or like set your eyes or set under your eyes with a smaller brush. This is great. I mean, you could like contour the sides of your nose. I don't know. I just like for all over the lid. And then I just have two like more eye brushes. I think I have, do I have a couple more? I'm not mentioning all the ones I have, but these are just some good ones. This is the eyeshadow C brush. I don't know what that stands for, but it's more of just like a kind of like flat, short, stubby one. And that one's good for just like packing on the lid. Sometimes I like to use it to define the crease too if I want to. But this is just a great one if you're looking for something kind of like that. And this is just the contour brush. I would not contour with it. I wouldn't contour with this because it's so small. Maybe my nose. But I just like this one actually for the crease. My brushes are all dirty, by the way. I apologize. But I like this one for the crease. If I want like a really sharp crease, especially in the outer edge, I'll like really put the product in there and then kind of blend and then use a fluffy brush to blend out. So this is a great one for if you want like a really defined crease. I really like that one. Okay, so that's all e.l.f. that I have. I know they have a bunch more great brushes, but those are the ones that I just want to mention that I like. Another thing, I only have two. I have sponges though. I'm going to leave sponges, even if they're from the same brand, I'm going to leave them for the end. And I know there's so many other brands out there like Eco Tools and everything that I haven't tried in their brushes, but I've heard good things about it. So let me know like down in the comments if you have a favorite drugstore brush that I absolutely need to have, because I mean, I'm always up for recommendations. These are from Real Techniques, and this was actually the first foundation brush that I had. This is the Expert Face Brush. This is the first brush I ever had from them, and this is the first one that I have ever like foundation brush that I had. So I used to always use this for foundation. This is the Expert Face Brush. I already said that, didn't I? But this one's great for foundation as well. If you compare it to the e.l.f. one, it is a little bit smaller. I could probably put this brush in. It is a little bit smaller. I don't know if you could tell. It's not as rounded, but it's still a really great brush. It's going to take you a little bit longer to kind of blend all the foundation just because it's smaller, but I think this one's good. I like to bring this one with when I travel and I like just bring concealer or something and I just want to like kind of blend my concealer, then this one's great too, like on my T-zone or something. But I like that one. And the other one I have, these, I only have two from them, which I'm actually surprised, but I only do. This is the blush brush, and I actually really like this. I actually used this today to put on my blush, and I love to use this one because it is so soft and it's so fluffy, and it's just, you wouldn't think at how, I feel like the Real Techniques are a little bit more expensive. This one might be like $15, $12, I don't know, but it's still a really great brush. Maybe like a Morphe brush that I'm going to show you, and I have a Morphe blush brush from them, but I actually kind of like applying blush with this a little bit better because it's a little bit, it's not as compact of a bristles, they're a little bit looser, so it just kind of applies it a little bit less. If you want a harsh, you'd have to build it up a little bit more with this, but this stuff, this brush really does a good job. These are from Sonia Kashuk. Now, I don't really love their brushes as much. Their brushes is, I've had these brushes probably the longest, like one of the first ones I had, and they are starting to fall apart a little bit, so I feel like they don't last the longest, and they definitely are probably the most expensive. Like this is probably like $20. If you like were eyeing one up and you really liked one brush, I feel like you would totally be happy with it if you got it. This is the Sonia Kashuk number 100, and it's just like a fluffy powder brush. This is like the big, no it's not, that was a lie, but this is one of the big, this was the first big powder brush I own, and I love this brush because it brings me back to when I would first start doing makeup. I cannot talk. It brings me back to when I would first do makeup, and it was like, I don't know, I would just apply my powder with it and just kind of fluff it on my face, and I just love this brush. So I've had this brush for probably 5 years now, maybe not, 4 years. 4 years, 4 years now, and it's still holding up pretty well. You can tell the bristles are starting to come out a little bit, so not necessarily the longest lasting brush, but I feel like that one is not bad. I got a kit from Sonia Kashuk once, and it had a ton of brushes in it. This is just a blush brush, and this is a really good blush brush. It's just like a round, kind of more rounded one. If you compare it to this one, obviously it's not the same. It's rounder and not as like straight up, but this is a good blush brush as well. I haven't used this one in a while. I probably should pull it out and just try it out again, but I did like it, and I thought it was like a good brush. But To be honest, I think you would just be satisfied going with e.l.f. I don't really think you need to pay the money for these Sonia Kashuk ones. They're good. Like, if you have them, I would definitely use them. And if you're like, there's one specific brush that only Sonia Kashuk has, then definitely go get it, because I'm sure you'd be happy with it. But I just think that e.l.f. has just as good brushes. I have a few more eyeshadow brushes from Sonia Kashuk. They're okay. They're kind of falling apart. I have one here that I want to show you. This is the only crease brush I had, and it's literally like falling apart. The bristles are coming out, but I love this brush forever for my crease. And it's not even that great of a brush, but it was, because it's falling apart now, but it was good. So last two things I want to mention are the tools. This is number 14, and this is number 127. So this is just like a spoolie, and this is the eyebrow comb and eyebrow like brush. This thing is like falling apart. These are good brushes for your eyebrows. I think they work fine, but then again, e.l.f. has them too that are good. So these are good. Definitely like don't have a problem with them. So I thought I would just throw that out there. Last thing I want to mention is from Morphe, and I wanted to mention this last because I feel like everybody knows that Morphe brushes are good because a lot of people like them and they're cheap, but the only thing I have is you can only get them online unless I think they have like one store in California. So they're good brushes. I really do like them. I got these for Christmas. It was like a set. So I'm sorry, these do not have the names on them. And so I think you can really only get these if they're in the set, maybe, because they don't have names on them. But I just wanted to show you that I really do like Morphe brushes, and I definitely want to get some more. So like this fan one, I don't really use it that often, but it's so fun to wipe away bake. Or they have a blush brush, which is really good. It's a little bit more dense though. A bronzer brush, which is really nice. These are what I just use them for. I don't know if they're the exact names, but for bronzing, I really like this. And they're all so soft. This one is a little bit smaller, and I like to use them for more like contour if I wanted or something, or like maybe setting under the eye. Powder, great brushes. Use this one to go set underneath my eye, or sometimes like the side of it for highlight. That's great. And then these two eyeshadow brushes. Morphe has a lot of fluffy crease brushes, and this is not the fluffiest that I could get. I could definitely get one that's way more fluffy that I definitely want to get. But this is a really great brush. I use this one in my crease all the time, and oh my gosh, I thought somebody was right there. And this one is kind of like that e.l.f. one. It's a little bit softer. Well, maybe not. I don't know. It's a little bit smaller, and I like to pack this one like inside the crease or like pack stuff on the lid with it. It's really great. Lastly, I just want to throw in these sponges. So obviously, I feel like a lot of people know about my really dirty Real Techniques. Isn't like an expert. It's like a face sponge, Miracle Complexion Sponge. I think that's what it's called. This one is great. Definitely good. I know they've come out with more since then, but I haven't tried them yet. And I also did a comparison with that one to this L'Oreal sponge. This is not wet either. This is a really great sponge, you guys. I would compare this one to the Beauty Blender. I've been using this one over my Beauty Blender, so I like that. And I just got these Eco Tools ones. So these Eco Tools sponges are really good. I just put them on, used them today. They're dirty because I just used them, but these are good sponges too. So definitely those are some drugstore options that I think you guys would really, really like. I hope you will subscribe and stick around because I really like to do a lot of drugstore makeup videos because I can't afford a lot of high-end stuff. So I hope that my videos help you out a little bit and realize that you don't really need to go out and spend a lot on makeup, and you can get just the same in drugstore. But yeah, so definitely leave me your favorite brush down in the comments below, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, you guys.